What up, y'all? So I am in, I guess, a somewhat different spot or whatever. Not my usual recording spot. I'm nursing a foot. It's getting better for those who are wondering, but I have one leg kicked up and then other leg in this ice bucket here. So, you're gonna have to bear with me as far as position wise, but. I don't intend for this video to be super long anyways. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the whole arrest of Andrew Tate. For those who don't know who Andrew Tate is, I believe he's a former UFC fighter. I don't know if he still would currently fight or whatever. He's most notably known now for being a loudmouth on social media, or to some folks being a men's rights activist or whatever. Um, just there's a lot of things people can say about the guy. And allegedly, you can also say he's a sex trafficker because as of yesterday, he and his brother Tristan Tate were arrested in, I believe it was Romania, for sex trafficking. Now, back in April of this year, he was also charged with apparently sex trafficking a woman out there in Romania, but also some American woman as well who came out to Romania. Um, those charges were dropped. I believe they were dropped, or at least they. I don't think they were dropped. He did go to jail for some time. He was released, but either this arrest has come because there has been since April has been a long, it's month long or months long investigation on him and his brother's activity, and therefore once they found enough evidence and found out that he was back in Romania, they decided to go after him. Or some can throw the conspiracy aspect out there and say, they've been trying to shut this man down for some time. They were successfully at doing so. They being the people in power and just the people who have issues, who are in power and have issues with Andrew Tate and what he says, and pretty much his influence, really. Um, they were successful at shutting him down for some time when he was kicked off Twitter and social media and all that stuff. But then once Elon Musk got a hold of Twitter, I don't know about the other social platforms. I don't know if they still are banning him from, being on their platforms. But Twitter, he's on Twitter. Elon Musk, reversed that decision that the old Twitter heads, you know, people in charge of Twitter were involved of doing for Andrew Tate, and he is no longer banned from Twitter. So, with that being said, he has his influence on Twitter back, and I believe he still has his YouTube channel or just other ways of getting his message out there on social media. And obviously, like I mentioned before, the people who are in power, who dislike him, don't want him to continue to have said influence. So people have been lobbying conspiracy, uh, takes out there, or allegations that this is a setup. What do I personally think is going on? I don't have an opinion on the situation. As far as my opinion on Andrew Tate, I necessarily don't look to him for any type of inspiration. But what made me want to look into him, and I'm gonna keep it. I've heard his name be thrown around here and there, especially through this year, 2022. But I didn't necessarily start to look into Andrew Tate until a couple weeks ago, to be honest with you. Probably like 2 weeks ago, if I'm being honest. Um, and I just wanted to see why he was banned in the first place. Um, Now, everybody knows, if you know me, you know that, whether I'm a fan of somebody or not, whether I know somebody or not, I do not like the censorship of individuals. I think that even problematic people, if someone were to say, but Andrew Tate is problematic, he spreads misinformation. Well, if that's the case, then how about you spread the information that you're saying that he's getting wrong? How about you prove him wrong instead of shutting him down and making it so that he and others who will spread misinformation or hate speech, whatever you want to call it, instead of shutting them down, how about you shut them down with your words, not shutting them down, have your evidence. That's my thing about it. So when people get attacked for that stuff, I have an issue with it. But I also have an issue with sex traffickers. So simply because Andrew Tate is yet somebody like myself, not to the same levels and stuff, but Andrew Tate has been censored on social media, or just online in general. Does not mean that I'm going to look the other way at these not so great actions or allegations that he has pinned against him. If these things are true, throw that man under the jail, under the prison, like throw the book at him. Whatever the laws about sex trafficking in Romania are, let them handle that. All right? And that's a tough cookie. That'll be a tough cookie for him and his brother to swallow. Right? They did the crime, they should do the time. But if these allegations are false, man, is his base going to go crazy? You're going to make a martyr out of this man. All right? And that's not me saying, "Oh my God, I'm going to idolize him. I'm just going to." No. It's going to just, his base is going to go crazy. People who did not even know who he was are going to look into him. And people who did not know who he was, who think like me in the sense that we don't like, whether we're a fan of somebody or not, we don't like injustices being done to these people. They're going to take it a step further, and they might end up being a fan. Now, if it's found out that he's wrong, will I join the fan base of the Tates, the Andrew Tate fan base? No. I'm going to do a blog post, soon, because once the new year starts, I'm going to start back up with the blog. I was on my vacation, for those who follow the Medium blog, and you're like, you haven't posted in a couple weeks. I've been on a vacation from blog posting since whatever my last blog post was, and I told myself I'll pick it back up as soon as the new year starts. Literally, the first day of the new year is when I intend on publishing a brand new piece. So be on the lookout for that if that's what you like to do. Link in the description box below, of course. But that's not going to make me a fan or whatever, but it is going to make me say, hey, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me, but it would make me want to spread more of the tactics, the dirty, just downright corrupt tactics that governments and the entertainment business, but governments especially, the world's governments, I'm not just talking about the U.S., I'm talking about governments, do when they find that somebody is a threat. So, Romania, the United States government, the European nation in general, they best believe that they better hope to God, the God that they don't believe in, but they better hope to God that these allegations are true. That for once they're actually falsifying something, or for once they're actually accusing someone of something that they're truly guilty of, and they're not doing this to tarnish names. Now, I'm not saying this, every allegation that happens to every single person in the world, in whatever country, that means it was a lie. But Andrew Tate is an enemy of the states, multiple, plural, simply for having a difference of opinion. I'm not even going to say I agree with them hating on him so much, but let's not act like, let's call a spade. They hate that man. So let's not act like a motive to take him down. They don't have any type of motives not to take him down, or whatever the case is. But even with all of that, two things can be true. One, these nations hate this guy for whatever reasons, right? And two, the guy's a piece of shit trafficker. Hopefully you can still this thing is still recording. I don't know why it just shut down on me. This laptop is crazy. So I'm gonna hurry up. But two things can be true. You know, especially when we are a lot of these countries, will take on this moral stance of being against sex trafficking, right? They're not, like that's the thing I really wanna get across in this video. United States, the European nations, Romania, these places really don't give a damn about sex trafficking. They participate in this shit. All right, Epstein and all that other stuff. Come on now. It's only an issue when people do things, and I'm going to do this when I redo my SBF video, right? These issues, whether it's scamming, sex trafficking, all these other crimes, right? These things are only an issue when the individual ends up scamming the United States or scamming whatever country within the process. Big wigs, like politicians and stuff, and people in power, right? Not just average everyday people. Or if this individual is like an Andrew Tate and he's been giving these people the big middle finger in their face, but he also happens to do the same thing that they do, but he doesn't want to play ball with them. He wants to play the same games and do the same dirt that they do. Allegedly. He wants to do that. I'm not saying allegedly for the governments. They own some stuff. But allegedly he wants to do the same dirty things that they do, but he doesn't want to be on their team and do it. So then that's when they will act like they give a damn about sex trafficking, scamming, or whatever else is going on, crazy stuff that's going on, right? Killing children, terrorist attacks, you name it. But that's just my thoughts. Again, just to reiterate, I am waiting for all of the evidence to come in for me to, even if then, I don't know if I'm going to follow up this video with a part 2 or whatever the case is. But I did feel like at least what was out now and what I said here was enough for me to, again, make a video, So there's that. Till next time, until next video, if you have something to say, though, about it, I would love to read your comments, so comment below. Till next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out. Hopefully with a better foot.